One Stretch Tech YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you find the content on this channel useful. So today, let's go ahead and talk about the top 5 basketball shoes of 2022. And you know we've looked at a bunch of different basketball shoes, and we put a lot of shoes to the test. So not only that, we've even added the jump test to the equation as well. Now, over this past year, we've really diagnosed which shoes are good and which shoes really aren't. There weren't really many terrible shoes per se, but a lot of them for me just didn't work. Now, let's go ahead and have some more fun, starting with number 5. So number 5 is the Nike Kyrie Infinity 8 shoes. Now, this shoe is not quite as good, in my opinion, as the Kyrie 7s, but it's a pretty solid shoe. Now, for me, I recommend this shoe if you're somebody that's very shifty, okay? Now, typically, I have a shifty background when it comes to playing basketball, but as I get a little bit older, you'll find me on the post a little bit more. Now, this shoe has really good traction. It's lightweight. It's pretty breathable. The ankle support is obviously there. I mean, you can't be a shifty person in shoes that don't have really good ankle support. And so with this shoe, I really wanted to test, the lateral movement, going left or right, stopping on the dime, adding some trickery, to the equation of testing this shoe. And this is how we get to this shoe being number 5 on the list. Now, along with that, I want to say that this shoe is a really good indoor shoe, right? So the traction is really key. This shoe is also good playing outdoors as well. And I really put that to the test, playing in different environments. And this remains in my top 5 for the year. So not only that, this shoe really is good for those of you who mimic, let's say, Jordan Poole or even a Steph Curry. So if you mimic their games, this shoe would also be good for you as well, not just if you like playing like Kyrie. Okay. Now, also, if you're a person that's a set shot shooter, this is a really good shoe for you as well. You feel nice and balanced, and especially if you have that feel of really remaining low to the ground. Now, let's go to number 4. And number 4 is the Kawhi 2 shoe, all right, by New Balance. Now, this shoe is very underrated, in my opinion. I know some people didn't really like the midsole as much. They found some complaints there. But overall, for me, I didn't have any complaints at all with this shoe. And as I played in it, I want to kind of test, kind of mimicking Kawhi's, play. He likes to go to the mid-range. He has a nice three-point shot, but, he's basically a big-time mid-range shooter. And I wanted to really test, just how it felt to play, and from the perspective of Kawhi Leonard. Also, this shoe I would say is a really good indoor shoe. It's a really good outdoor shoe. So it's been tested on many different surfaces by myself. And the reason why I have this as my number 4 shoe is because of the ankle support, the weight of the shoe, the breathability of the shoe. I feel like it's a durable shoe, and the shoe works with you, okay? And when I say it works with you, we're talking about the stability of the shoe. So, again, number 4, New Balance really did well with this shoe, and I was happy, with my purchase overall, okay? Now, also adding to this shoe, I would say that the traction is probably number 4 on this list out of the top 5. That was also a indicator for me to kind of put this down at number 4 in the top 5 list. Now, as far as what kind of player I would say this shoe would be good for, it would be for a player that's shifty. So again, if you like being low to the ground, you like making quick, timely movements, Even if you're a person that kind of mimics, Kyrie or, or Jordan Poole or Steph Curry, somebody that's really shifty, I would say this shoe is really good for a person like that. A person that just straight up gets buckets, if you're more of a bouncy player, I don't know how well you would like this shoe. But that's kind of what I think as a person that's been bouncy and shifty throughout me playing. Okay, now let's move on to the next shoe. And number 3 on the list is, you got it, the Puma NB2. So I was excited when this shoe came out. I do admit that this shoe, I mean, at the first glance, it was just like, man, this is a very nice shoe. I was really excited to play in it. But after some time, I really thought about if this shoe is better than some of the shoes that I have in this top 5 list. And, I had to readjust and think about some things. So for that reason, I had to put it number 3 on the list and not be biased and just really be factual. Okay. The ankle support on this shoe is really good. But after I kind of really played in it more and thought about it, the durability I think is there. I still think you can get about, a full season worth of play out of these if you're playing indoors. The traction is really good, just like the first Puma NB shoe. This shoe is very comfortable. Comfort is a thing for me. The ventilation was really good. Um, I feel like it's a shoe that you can really have fun in. So if you think about LaMelo Ball and his play, um, this shoe is a fun shoe. Now, obviously, this shoe again is going to be for somebody that's more shifty, in my opinion. So if you're a bouncy player, I mean, it'll work for you, but I think it's more for those who like to play a little bit lower to the ground and just focus on really just getting those buckets. Okay, so that's kind of where I feel about this shoe, and the reason why we have it on the number 3 list. And now it does feel good landing. Now, number 2 on the list is the PG6 Paul George signature shoe. And listen, guys, I can't say enough about this shoe. I mean, it's got a variety of different colors you can choose from, different designs you can choose from, but that's not the point of this video. We're talking about the performance of this shoe. Now, right off the bat, this is one of the first pair of shoes of the year where I feel like if you're a shifty player or a bouncy player, the shoe is good for great for both types of players. Not only that, if you play on the post, I mean, this shoe is excellent for that as well. And PG likes to stop on a dime. He's really quick with his movement, so I had to really test that. I mean, he could elevate in the air, which the shoe is great for that as well. So we really wanted to test that out. Now look at the ankle support. Look at how it's right there as I do my spin moves. Okay. So that was another factor that got it on number 2 on the list. Now, as far as if this shoe is good for indoor or outdoor, this shoe is good for both. So if you're playing indoors or outdoors, I played on the shoes in all kind of services and all kind of environments. And I mean, the shoe is excellent either way. Now with the traction of this shoe is loud, which in cases doesn't mean that that's good, but in this case, that's really good. So also the weight of the shoe is a perfect weight in my opinion. Very comfortable shoe. And let's go with number 1. Number 1 is the Luka Jordan 1 shoe, okay? Or the Jordan Luka 1, I'm sorry. Now, this shoe is number 1 on the list because, number 1, I feel like it's the most durable shoe on the list. I feel like it's already got a broken in feel. So similar to, the Curry Flow shoes as far as having that broken in feel. A lot of the generations now, whether you're talking millennials or zennials or whatever, they don't have time, for shoes to be breaking in. They want the shoes to be ready to go right away. And so for that factor, it kind of moved it higher on the list for me. So this is another shoe, whether you're shifty, bouncy, or you play low post, it's a very comfortable shoe. So no matter what kind of game you have, what kind of surface you're playing on, whether you're talking indoor or outdoor, I feel like this shoe is the number one for basketball players, in my personal opinion. Okay. Now, don't know that the ankle support is excellent. The weight of the shoe is like that perfect weight. So not it's light, very light, but not light enough to where it doesn't feel like you don't have a shoe on your foot. Now, we have to throw some signature Luka moves in here to really see how it feels as he's playing. But overall, when you think about this shoe running true to size, so I wear a 10. I wear the shoe is a 10. The ventilation is the best on the list as well. So again, this is the number one basketball shoe to me this year. Now I know you guys aren't all going to agree with me, but again, this is my opinion only. And I do appreciate everybody for being here today. Make sure you guys are like, sharing, and subscribing. And I'm out, guys. See you next time.